Here's how you know you're really, truly sick of someone. When it feels like he already had a long-running reality show, even when he didn't, and when he tries to make a comeback as if he were a star when he most definitely never was and in a just world never will be. Richard Heaney, Balloon Boy's dad, now says that the Balloon Boy hoax was not a hoax, even though Mr. Heaney has already pleaded guilty to hoax. Well, technically, felony count of falsely influencing law enforcement authorities. Our correspondent is Lee Cowan.
Ready?
All right.
Get ready.
Okay.
It's never-before-seen video of the Heaney family building that now ill-fated flying saucer.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Most of the world saw what happened when the completed balloon broke loose of its tether.
Are you ready?
But the Heaneys now want to share more of what they say is home video from that day, specifically showing what happened after they supposedly learned their 6-year-old son, Falcon, was floating away too.
Dad, Falcon's in there.
Where?
In that ship.
He was just here.
No, he's in there.
What?
He's in there. I saw him crawl in.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He was just right here. Falcon!
No.
Falcon!
No way.
The self-made tapes sound pretty real, and so did the ensuing 911 call from his wife, Mayumi.
We gotta get my son.
But after investigators questioned the Heaneys,
The first call was to the FAA.
Yes.
they determined it was all a hoax. The Heaneys pleaded guilty. They each got jail time. Richard Heaney even apologized to a judge.
I'm very, very sorry. And I want to apologize to,
But Richard Heaney now says that that was the act, not his son's balloon flight. Despite the guilty plea, he says he's innocent, telling CNN's Larry King he never lied.
Sum and substance, you believe your son was in the craft?
I knew he was in the craft when I
Well,
made
you
the
didn't
call.
know it. Because
No.
He wasn't.
In my mind. In my mind.
Oh.
There was no other place because I visualized him.
He says he only took the guilty plea because he was afraid he'd be unable to find a fair jury. And there was something more.
I had to do it to save my family and my wife.
How so?
The threat of deportation was imminent.
Deporting who?
My wife.
To where?
Japan.
I watched the interview, and frankly, my first reaction was between laughing and throwing up.
The Larimer County Sheriff doesn't buy it. Although Heaney says his wife's poor English meant that she didn't understand what the word hoax meant, police say she understood it well enough to confess to everything.
She took a polygraph, she failed it, was confronted with the fact that she had failed it, and she immediately cooperated and gave up all of the facts.
Although Heaney's jail sentence starts on Monday, he says he wants to clear his name first. A misunderstanding is what he says he's guilty of, and nothing more. For today, Lee Cowan, NBC News, Los Angeles.